Hey guys, welcome back to Think Beautiful, the channel where I talk all about Meghan Markle. And we have to talk about this one because Meghan has finally won an award that she didn't need to pay for. Fantastic. Congratulations, Meghan. And she's so deserving of this one. Don't you worry about that. I fully support this one. How very unusual of me. But before we get into that, let's take a look at her Instagram because there have been some shocking things going on those pages lately. Wow. First of all, what is this? What was this meant to be? This looks like one of those things where you accidentally press a button on your phone, it's in your pocket, and you end up with some random video later on. And of course, you delete it, you don't post it. What is this? Now, People magazine had to bang on about this for no reason at all and talk about the trees again, those two palm trees. Oh, such a significant little detail you might have missed. No one has missed it. We've heard about it a million times. But this has to be the most boring post ever on Instagram. Congratulations. This is some gold medal stuff. Absolutely fantastic. Let me tell you, when Meta first came up with the idea of Reels, I can assure you this was not what they had in mind. 100%. But then on her As Ever Instagram page, it's no better because today we got this. Now, two things with this. First of all, that's not how you spell sandwich. All right. I don't know where you got that idea from. Who is running this page? Now, this has been up all day. Why has no one changed it? I thought there was some crazy attention to detail going on. My goodness, who is working on the As Ever social media page? And also, I have to say, this is meant to be a breakfast post. It clearly says breakfast. Is that a wine I see? It looks very suspiciously like some kind of, I don't know, As Ever Sauvignon Blanc or something. I mean, at least if you're going to put a wine up, say it's a brunch, say it's a Sunday brunch or something. There's no excuse for wine. And like, that is a very, very full glass, by the way. There's no excuse for wine at breakfast. That's not a good look, Meghan. What are you doing? But let's get to this because the most hated list of celebrities for 2025 has come out. Now, this is from Ranker, and it's a very interesting concept. You can go over to their website. There was a list that they created, and basically you go on there and you say, oh, that one should go up, that one should go down, and you kind of rejig the list, and everyone's votes or rankings help the list to form into some kind of top 20 or whatever. So this is the top 10 I'm going to show you. And it's a doozy. And don't worry, there are plenty of associations to Meghan and Harry throughout this list because don't forget, birds of a feather flock together. Now, first up, number 10 is our friend Chrissy Teigen. Now, Chrissy Teigen is clearly an online bully. She's also been known to make inappropriate comments about minors. So she really deserves to be, I think, higher up than 10, but I'll go with 10. At least she's in the top 10. Now, she has a lovely friendship with Meghan, apparently. They're great friends, except they never hang out. Their kids have never had a play date. And Chrissy just said she doesn't leave the house. Probably a good thing. If I was her, I'd do the same after what she has been doing to other people. But anyway, there's clearly a link here. Meghan supports her. She wouldn't have her on the show if she didn't. So that is number 10. Let's keep going. Number 9, we have James Charles. Now, I had to look this one up. I didn't know why people would hate James Charles. I did not even know who James Charles was, but he is, I guess, a YouTuber. He's all about makeup, as you can see. And he was caught, I guess, or exposed or cancelled, all of those, for inappropriately messaging minors. We've now had 2 people who have been using social media inappropriately. Number 8, we have Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby obviously deserves to be in this list. He did have his conviction overturned, but he is still facing a number of civil lawsuits. And either way you look at it, he is a questionable character. So he deserves to be on this list. No link to Harry and Meghan as far as I'm aware, but there's still time. We might find something out later on. Now, number 7 is Oprah. Good old Oprah, known for exploiting other people's grief. She loves getting victims on her show so that she can make money off them. And she loves Harry and Meghan, and they're neighbors, don't you know? And of course, they're best friends because Oprah went to the wedding. Now, I pulled this photo randomly just so I could see the full outfit, just so we could see how beautiful Oprah looked, whatever. But look at that. Look who is in the background. It's Jakey Jake, the bestie, the photog bestie from way back. That was a random photo, but I thought that was pretty funny. But going back to Oprah, of course, oh, they're great friends. Meghan even brings around random ducks to her home because apparently she hasn't got a pond, even though she actually has a pond. And you're not really meant to relocate wildlife, according to the local council and things like that. But anyway, Oprah thought it was hilarious. Oh, my friend's so funny. But anyway, that is Oprah. She made the top 10 most hated celebrities of 2025. How the tables have turned for Oprah. Now, number 6 is Amber Heard. Now, yes, of course, Amber Heard, not a great person, obviously has some kind of personality disorder, allegedly. But to be really honest, I'm a bit over Amber Heard. I'm sure someone else could have taken this spot, but I can see why she would be in the top 10. Now, we then have Ellen DeGeneres. Now, Ellen is a known bully. And social media is not really her style. She's more the face to face bully. She likes that interaction. She likes to tell you to your face how crap you are. That's really how lovely she is. Now, Harry and Meghan are great buddies with Ellen and Portia because here they are at the vow renewals at their home when they used to live in Montecito before they up and left and ran off to the UK. So, like I said, birds of a feather flock together. They're all best friends. Now, this is a great one. This is fantastic. Number 4. Look at this. Look at this. Prince Harry even made the top 5. He is number 4 of the most hated people of 2025. I did give him a bit of a nudge as well. I thought he could have done better than 4, at least 3. Come on, Harry. I also love how Meghan is in the picture with him as well, because true to form, everything that is Meghan's, but everything that is Harry's is also Meghan's. So she had to be part of this photo, even in the top 10 most hated people. She had to be there. I love that. And he deserves it. He has made such an ass of himself lately. These constant lawsuits, everything that comes out of his mouth. What a list so far, I have to say. Now, number 3, I'm not so sure about this. Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, yes, she's annoying. Of course, she's annoying, in my opinion. But I had to look this one up because I didn't really understand. Number 3 is very high. I'm sure Prince Harry could easily slot into 3 and she could be pushed back down to 4. But I asked my friend ChatGPT, why do people hate Jada Pinkett? And it's really just a bit of a mix of personal judgment, media sensationalism, because they say she overshares, which I'll agree with that, and cultural bias. So there you go. I don't really think that one's deserving, but it's there. People have voted for it. We have to go with the opinion poll. Now, number 2 of the most hated celebrities of 2025, this is a big one, Sean Combs. Now, we all know why he's here. I don't need to explain this to you. But there is, of course, a link to Prince Harry because Prince Harry was mentioned in the initial filing by Rodney Jones in his lawsuit. Jones alleges Combs' associates gained access to international dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. Now, it was very unclear whether that was just some kind of example, a very, very bad choice of an example, if it wasn't true. Prince Harry must have absolutely shat himself when he read this. Oh, he would have been like, what is going on? This was probably one of the worst moments. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall when he heard about this one. But either way, there is a link to Prince Harry. Birds of a feather, like I said. But number one of the most hated people of 2025 is, you guessed it, Meghan Markle. Oh my goodness. This is like all my dreams come true. She has to pay attention to this. If this doesn't signal some kind of reputational issue, then I don't know what does. All Meghan knows how to do is rebrand. But how many rebrands has she had? And she is still number one. I mean, this is terrible for everything she puts out. This is very bad for As Ever. This is very bad for Netflix as her partner. Just wow. What is Meredith Maines going to do about this? How is she going to come back from this? Meredith Maines has the hardest job in the world, I tell you what. But there you go, guys. Meghan Markle, the number one most hated celebrity of 2025. Now, the year's not over, but you can bet she'll still be right at the top come Christmas, because we're about to get her little November holiday episode of With Love Meghan, and that's going to be awful. And I'm sure we're going to hate her even more than we already do. And here she is, basically drinking alone. This was at Emma Greed's seat at the table dinner party that she went to instead of going to a fundraiser at the museum where she was even being honored. She didn't bother to show up to that. She wanted to stand here and drink by herself. And even worse, she's drinking her own wine. I mean, this is actually sad. This is almost, well, it's almost sad if she wasn't such a bully. But there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe, and I will absolutely keep these videos coming. Thank you. Bye.